Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to MRC. It is the Tier 1 boys having a go around the Marina Bay circuit at Singapore. Hopefully they have a much better run of it than I did about an hour and a half ago. I am joined tonight for the second time this week, comsing on Singapore, by the Irishman himself. It's Winky! How are you doing tonight?
I'm not doing half bad. Just gonna let this go now that I'm a bit bummed up with flu, so it mightn't have the biggest of
I'm gonna be honest, I hardly understood a word you said there.
Yeah, this does enough.
It was just vaguely Irish sounds with a very bunged up nose.
Yeah, mightn't have the most excitement as it did in MRCX, but...
Well, you'd better step it up, because the Tier 1 boys always bring excitement to the race. It's not a nice circuit, I did not have a good time, but I'm sure these boys will do a lot better than I did.
Hopefully.
Well, I mean, hopefully. I lasted about 3 laps.
Send on.
But that's what you get for using someone else's rig.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Learn from me, everybody. Don't turn up on the day to use someone else's rig. It doesn't work.
How was it down at Mr. Dublin Hornets?
Do you know what? It was very nice. We had a McDonald's. I had a coffee or two. It was very nice. It's just a shame that I had a very terrible race. But here we go. The first driver of the day to do a lap will be Mr. Calvin. So we will ride on board with him. So here we go. Taking 5th corner around the final 2 corners. Carrying as much speed as possible down the DRS straight. Gonna brake about the black box as hard as you can down to 3rd gear. He keeps it in 4th, so he does better than me. Hard braking down to 3rd and get on the power as soon as possible. Very easy to lose traction there, but he does well. Then brake about 75 meters down to 4th gear. And again, on the power as soon as possible, otherwise you will bleed time all the way down this DRS straight. Then you've got a very hard braking zone, again about the black box down to 3rd gear. Keep it in track limits, it's very easy to run wide there. Brake hard about 60 meters down to 2nd. Then a very short straight here before another hard braking zone down to 3rd. They're all hard braking zones on this track. It's absolutely disgusting. Then you're going to brake about 75 meters, and you want to carry really as much speed as you possibly can through this section without running wide, because the walls are very close. Then you're going to brake about that wall on the right down to 2nd gear, and he gets on the power very nicely there onto the DRS straight, which isn't completely straight, but we'll call it a straight for these purposes. Then brake about 100 meters down to 3rd gear. Run it out nice and wide, but keep it in track limits. It's easy to run too wide. Oh, and Calvin just taps the wall. That's not going to help him. Hard braking about 100 meters down to 3rd gear. Keep it in 3rd, and then launch it away in 4th gear. Take this final little 2 corners in 5th on the power, and he comes across with a 131.1. Very nice lap.
Oh, but his teammate just behind him was nearly a second faster than him. That slight wall tap really happened.
Slight wall tap, and Calvin's on the harder compound, so he's got plenty of time left in his lap.
Oh, indeed. Did not realise that.
And Kid Dynamite with a 31 dead. Reese Whitcomb with a 29.5. There's a gauntlet.
Teddy Duck with a 20 or a 30.4 there on his stuff.
They're coming in fast now, times.
A 29.9.
Very nice lap from Laurentia.
J Sarge P2. The Alpines looking fairly quick.
Yeah, the Alpines are looking very quick today. J Sarge is looking very, very good today. Why is Chris Bailey out on mediums? Why are you pretending to be Ant? Don't be Ant. What did I say?
You got mediums.
Well, everyone can see what I meant. Loppy gets it into P7 with a very nice lap. Mark Hodgson has had to bail due to an invalidation.
Yeah.
Here comes
Xavier
Yeah, he's in the first sector. 27-1 for a first sector, that's pretty quick.
Had a very good race had an interesting race on Friday.
Very interesting race. Yeah, a lot happened in that race.
Indeed. Hopefully his fortunes improve this race.
Yeah, I mean, he still had a pretty good race, to be fair. He fought back beautifully on Friday.
Very true.
And here he comes down the back DRS straight.
And he's going to first two races. Currently stat P2 in the standings, two second places at the start of the season.
That's a pretty good start to the season. I would take that happily.
Behind the Ferrari of Eugeni.
Yeah, well, Eugeni's just a different level of beast.
Indeed.
But here he comes round the final two corners. Does a 1 minute 30 dead. Very nice banker lap. Reese's banker lap is just absolute filth.
Isn't it just?
I don't think we've got anyone on a lap at the moment.
Doesn't look like it, no.
Everybody's coming into the pits. So how's your preparation for Singapore going, Winky?
Probably best not to talk about it, if I'm honest.
So you've done lots of practice then?
Oh yeah, tons.
Yeah, loads. Watch Winky take P1 now.
I'm sorry?
I was saying, watch Winky take P1 now.
I highly doubt it.
Winky's first pole in MRC, you heard it here first.
No, now you're putting pressure on me.
That was the aim, yes.
Sure, you do it every week anyway, whenever you're commentating Tier 3 or Tier 4 from last season.
Whenever I've commentated your race, I have been nothing but supportive.
Well, we'll call it that, sure.
What? I've always supported you. Sure, that's occasionally come through as a curse, but the intention has always been positive.
It's the thought that counts, you know.
Exactly! God, the abuse I'm receiving is not warranted. Right, Chris Bailey's out on intermediates again. And no, he's not, he's out on the mediums. I stand corrected.
That's twice you've done that.
No, he's on the mediums now. It says intermediates by his name, but he's on the mediums.
No, it clearly says mediums by his name for me.
Well, if you look on the stream, it says intermediates by his name.
Okay, fair enough. Well, we've got Eugeni starting his lap now, so we're gonna run on board. I'm gonna run on board with him.
Let's see what this man can do.
Current championship leader, 2 wins out of 2.
Yeah, he's a very consistent man, is Eugeni. Looking very solid through the first sector.
That was very quick. Excuse me.
26.6 per sector. That is unbelievable.
Purple as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised with a first sector like that.
Goodness me. Maybe a bit too early to say, but I can see him getting very close to the 28s.
I could see him getting very close, if not into the 28s.
Oh, we bit of twitch there, out of a sling.
Big twitch.
Might cost him a wee bit of time.
Might cost him a couple of tenths, but he's getting a toe down here, so that might negate it. He gets purple again, apparently. 1-4-6.
Oh, Sociopath retires.
Oh, I wonder where that happened.
Oh, right on the pit entry.
Oh, that
He's hit that that outside wall on the pit entry.
Yeah, it is very easy to do that.
Excuse me. Here we go, last couple of corners.
He hasn't had a great final sector, a 29.9.
Okay.
I think he lost all of that in the final sector.
It seemed that way.
Chatty Duck is 3.5 tenths up in the first sector.
Just watching Chris Bailey here around the middle sector at the moment on his medium tires.
On his intermediums, yes. 6.5, that's pretty good on mediums. Here he comes down in the final
moves
sector.
up to 9th.
Oh, very nice lap. Kid Dynamite up to P6.
And Chris, P15 on the mediums.
32 dead, that's not bad on the mediums.
Mark Hodgson up to P13 on the softs.
Yes. 30.8, very nice. Loppy's 2.5 tenths up.
Oh,
Chatty Duck at
Chatty
29.4.
At 29.4.
Very
Wow.
nice.
That's nearly a second gain.
That is a
On this last lap.
big lap.
Wow. Anton round the last couple of corners on his intermediates. Not going to move from where he is at 37 dead.
Yeah, that is surprising in no way, shape or form. Dumbest Hornet is half a second up. He's 4 tenths up actually now. Lost a little bit in the middle sector.
Matches his first sector time, goes purple.
Okay. We'll jump onto him as soon as we've seen the end of Dumbest Hornet's lap. Keeps it very nice through the final sector.
Let's see where he goes.
Here he comes with a 31.6. So he improves, but unfortunately doesn't gain any places.
I think he gained 1 there, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think he did.
Ah, okay. Greenwich Wickham's down on his time at the moment, so he might end up backing out of this lap.
Not had the best second sector. Looks like he's still going. He doesn't have to find a lot of time to Chatty Duck, to be fair.
Very true. No, he is. He's back.
No, he's into the pits. Who else have we got? LRL is not on a lap by the looks of it.
Back down. Xavier is up on his time by a 10th.
Yeah, see what he can do in the final sector.
If he gets a good last sector, he could move himself up into the top 5.
He could. He doesn't need to find a lot of time. Very nice through the final 2 corners. 29.6. Very nice.
4 tenths in the last sector. 3 tenths in the last sector he found there.
That's a really amazing last sector. Who else have we got on a lap? Not a lot of people right now. Alex Sagirich is just coming towards the end of the first sector.
He's down by 3 tenths.
He's down on his time, unfortunately.
Yeah, so it looks like we can get a wee bit of a breather.
Yes, we do. So I'm going to say hello to the people in the YouTube chat. We've got Giorgio, who is supporting Alex Agirich. And we've got Jamie Bithell, who this week has once again come from the future. BRD Calvin finishes P5 this week, apparently. Which is a distinct improvement on your prediction of him DNFing last week.
Who's this? Oh, BRD.
Yes. Mr. Calvin. Yeah, we haven't got anyone on a lap at the moment. This is,
Oh, indeed we do, actually. G-Star Snipes in P12 is up on his time by a 10th.
Oh, I stand corrected. Let's see what he can do. Looking very nice through the sling.
Can he make himself get himself into the top 10? He's got half a second to find nearly, but
let's see where he is at the end of the second sector.
As we see on Friday, the track
evolves quickly. Oh, he's lost out in the middle sector though. Can he make it back up in the final sector as he backed out? No, his ERS is still going down.
Needs to have a good last sector here to get anywhere close to the top 10.
It looks pretty tidy.
Where does he put it?
He stays where he is.
2 tenth gain. I've got Eugenie is on the lap at the moment, also.
Let's have a look. He's half a tenth up in the first sector. Could this be for the first time in I don't know how long that we don't see Mr. Ujoni on pole?
We've still time. This is probably going to be his last lap though.
It is, so we'll see where he is at the end of the second sector. 6/10!
Wow!
He found it all in the middle sector!
Indeed he has. He's on for pole here. He might have just cursed it.
Yeah, I've done a reverse curse on you, Joni.
Last couple of corners, let's see. Looking good.
Very nice through there.
Last corner. And a
29
dead!
Whoa! I'd like to formally
Wow.
apologise to all of the Tier 1 drivers for that curse. Those who thought they had a chance at pole and, no. Sorry.
Reese Wickham's back out again. He's actually matched his time in the first sector. You wee bit gained.
Let's have a look how the second sector goes. He's looking pretty stable so far, although he's got traffic up ahead.
Time last lap. This is obviously his lap. This is where he has to. Yep, he's up by 3/10. He could be on for it.
It's gonna be close.
Very close indeed.
Looking very nice through here. Hard on the brakes. Absolute perfection through there.
Nice. Last corner. Got the power down nice and early. He has put it on pole.
0.04 of a second.
But Laurent here.
He's up by 4.5 tenths.
No,
he's
he's not.
just
That's
down.
the glitch. He's down by.
Why would you build my hopes like that?
Me or the game?
Both. 3.5 tenths for J Sarge.
I was just about to say that, yep.
Bit of a twitch as he comes into the final sector, though.
Let you keep an eye on that. I'm going to keep an eye on P3, Chatty Duck.
Yeah.
See if he can get any closer to pole.
Also very nice through the final penultimate corner. Here he comes. He might have lost a bit of time. 29.2 though.
Oh.
P3.
It's still a good lap.
Very good lap.
Chatty Duck up by 0.5 tenth at the moment after the first sector.
Just jumping on board with Chris Bailey, who's coming towards the end of the second sector.
Oh, he's actually picked a proper tyre this time.
He has.
Oh, Chatty Duck hit the wall on the inside.
But
that might have just hampered him.
Very low on ERS, so it's not going to be a huge lap, I don't think.
Don't think Chatty Duck's going to get anywhere near pole here.
No.
Wee quick tap of the wall in the at the end of the first sector.
Ah, that's a shame.
We'll see after the end of this. Yeah, he's down by 2 tenths now, Chatty Duck.
Here comes Chris Bailey around the final 2 corners.
Unless he can nail this last sector and gain 4 tenths somehow,
up to
then
P14.
Not bad for Chris.
I think he
Chatty
was probably
Duck. He's
hoping
taking the
for
last
more,
corner.
but
He's taking the flag. And
no improvement,
just
unfortunately.
Let's see what the other Chris can do.
Yeah, I'm on board with him. Here he comes around the final 2 corners.
Not a bad lap.
Oh, doesn't quite gain a place though, even though he found 6 tenths. And it's invalidated, so he's not going to improve.
Saviour boxed. And it looks like Mark
is boxing.
Also.
So there you go. That will be
That's our grid.
Our starting grid. Reese Whitcomb takes pole away from Ugoni. It's about time someone else got pole, in my opinion. Followed by Ugoni, J Sarge, Chatty Duck, Laurentia, Saviour, LRL, Kid Dynamite, Alex Egerich, and Mark Hodgson. Followed by Calvin, Loppy, G-Star, Chris Bailey, Redcar, Anton, Kisa Soze, Dumbest Hornet, Sociopath, and Ziad, who unfortunately had a quali ban.
Oh, I didn't realise he had that, okay.
He did, unfortunately. So, any early predictions for the race?
No, it's really hard to say from them qualifying times.
It is, and
because if Reese can hold Ujoni behind him, which is one of the hardest things to do.
He is possibly the hardest man to keep behind you over the course of a whole race.
Yeah, so it's really hard to bet against him.
Yep, it definitely is.
People are probably going to think I'm boring with that prediction, but...
Although, there's a man in P3 who has quite a few titles to his name, and
Very true,
seems to have
J-Sarge.
come out of the woodwork somewhat.
Xavier
Could
obviously
this...
starting P6 as well. He
Yeah.
could come back drive, since he knows the track a lot more than me.
I'm gonna go bold with my prediction and say J-Sarge is gonna come out and win it.
Interesting choice there.
Good evening, Mark Dennison. Lovely to see you in the YouTube. I think he's got it.
Hello, Simba.
I haven't seen J-Sarge properly battling up there for a while. And he's a man who is unbelievably quick, and I think he's going to come back. I think this is back to the J-Sarge we know and love.
Do you think he'd be challenging for the title this year? Or do you think it's too early to decide that?
Too early to say, but I think this is a show of J-Sarge's confidence coming back. We are dry. How disappointing. I used my brother's dog for good luck in order for it to be a dry race for me, and it made zero difference because I still crashed out in turn 3, so, you know, it is what it is.
Do you think he's doing the same thing then?
I have to say, I don't think my brother cares enough whether it's wet or dry. He's fairly good in both.
Fair enough.
It must be nice to have that kind of ability.
No, right.
If I see wet, I'm just like, well, that's it, we're done. Moving on.
Yep, indeed.
No points for Simon, on to the next race. But let's see who's gone for what tyre. So Ugoni and Reese Whitcomb both starting on the hard tyres. Then P3 through P7 are on the mediums, Kid Dynamite on the hards, Alex Egerich on the mediums, Mark on the hards, Calvin, Loppy and G-Star on the mediums, Chris Bailey on the soft tyres, so going for an 15 to P19 on hards, and Ziad on the softs. So very, very mixed up grid, so a lot can happen in the early stages of this race, as we've seen twice already.
Indeed. And probably not for the last time, for whenever Wednesday comes around for my race.
No, exactly. And J-Sarge is starting on the medium, so if he can get them turned on, he could get a very, very nice start here.
Indeed. If he can get a good launch, as you said, off the start, yeah.
Yeah. That was the one good thing about my race, was the start. And then it all went downhill. Then it all went very downhill. But hey ho, once I've got my new wheel, I'll be able to actually practice with it and get used to how it works.
Big time. Be good to see you back racing properly again.
It's been a while, and honestly, I say this with all the love in the world, it is about time that Logitech died a death.
Because to be honest, I need my driver coach big time.
Well, your driver coach needs to learn how his wheel handles first, and then he will be back. Oh dear, but here we go, we are coming through the final sector, and we are about to get underway, 31 laps in what is probably at least the second most disgusting track available in F1.
I agree, yeah.
Behind, a lot of people say Monaco's the worst, but personally I actually really, really like Monaco.
Then what would you say is behind this for the worst?
The worst track in
your
F1,
opinion?
It's a tie between Japan and China.
Right, okay.
They can both be deleted from the game, and I will be a very, very happy human being. But here we go, everyone is in their grid boxes, I believe.
Indeed, yep.
Any second now. It's resetting itself. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we are... Any minute now, we are away under the lights, and it's a very good start for Reese Whitcomb. And it's quite a nice start for Jay
Oh,
Sarge
Jay
as well,
Sarge,
who's making the
dipping
move on
the
Ugoni.
outside.
Sends
He
it up
has.
the outside. Very nice move, and he will be chasing down Reese now. Laurentia
What a
also had a
start.
very nice start indeed. But isn't going to send it up the inside quite yet.
Sociopath had a good start also up to P17 straight away. Wee bit
He
shaky on
has.
the outside, so he's lost all impact positions again.
That is very, very unfortunate. Jay Sarge is into P1.
Oh wow.
Off he goes.
You did mention the start.
Didn't I say?
Got Alex Jerry Egerich, he's not had the best of starts.
No, he's down to P9. Excuse me.
Well, a start for Jay Sarge though.
What a start for Jay Sarge. Absolutely amazing. This is one of his favourite tracks, clearly. Good evening, Mandy, in the YouTube chat. Lovely to see you. He's not opening up a massive gap yet, but he's holding himself for the moment. Chris Bailey's had a great start up to P11.
Indeed he has. The biggest gainer out of the start of the race.
Yeah, really good start.
Mark
Calvin gets
Hudson
past
being,
Alex.
Mark Hudson being having the worst start of the bunch.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start for Mark, unfortunately.
Excuse me.
Yes, I know Mark's not happy with me because I said Japan could go and be deleted. That's a him problem.
Not a big fan of the track myself, if I'm being completely honest. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, next week is not going to be fun. Laurentia's making a move on Ugoni as well. Up to P3. Not the best start for Ugoni.
Not at all.
He's not got those hard tyres switched on yet, so he's going to have to hang on to the back for the moment.
Jay Sarge nearly put on the way out of the second.
He's nearly got the gap.
Now. I said that completely the wrong way around, but we'll go past
We
that.
move. Tell you what, Chatty Duck is right at the back of Ugoni as well.
Chris Billy right over the back, all over the back with the two Williams as well. He's enjoying them soft tyres at the start. Probably what he
Yeah, I
aimed
had
for.
a feeling he might. Dumbest
Oh,
Hornet's
there's a
out!
spin. Dumbest Hornet.
Oh no! And a
First
full
safety
safety car.
As Reese Whitcomb as Jay Sarge pulled the second off Reese Whitcomb.
That is absolutely gutting for Jay Sarge.
And for Dumbest Hornet, who retires.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is just so unbelievably easy to lose traction around this track.
Guess the two brothers are very similar then in that regard. Sorry.
Yeah, you're not wrong. In fact, I think we DNF'd
Probably
on the
similar
same
point.
lap, you know.
Wasn't the same corner, was it?
Wasn't the same corner, no, I DNF'd in Sector 1, but you know.
Okay.
No, the start of Sector 2. But still, it was the same lap, so we've done each other proud there. And to be honest, it's exactly the result I was expecting from myself at Singapore, so I'm not surprised or disappointed.
Fair enough.
But nobody has pitted as yet, everyone has stuck to their guns. It's
So
actually
maybe
worked
this-
out quite well for the soft runners, because they can extend those softs a little bit further to get to the hard tyres.
Very
One
true.
stop-
Chris Billy up to P11 obviously as well from the start, up 3 positions.
Yeah, a very, very nice start from Chris Bailey.
Him and Ziad both up 3 positions, the biggest gainers of the race
Yes.
of the wrestler.
Let's have a look at those. So yeah, 3 places each for them. 2 places for Calvin, 2 places for Laurentia, and for Jay Sarge. And yeah, the biggest loser, unfortunately, is Mark Hodgson, who's lost 5 places. And then 2 places apiece for Anton, for Ugoni. Yeah. Otherwise, there's not been a lot of change around that. Just a place here or a place there.
Yeah.
Mark says, clearly both of you need to find some talent. Japan is a driver's track. Look, Just because I called out your favourite track does not mean you get to personally call me out. That is not how this is going to work, Mr. Dennison. We'll see how I find it next week once I've got a decent steering wheel.
Indeed. I've still to get this track out of the way first.
Yes, you do, and all I can say to you in that respect is good luck. It is going to be an experience.
It is indeed.
My top tip for you is don't put it in a wall. That is my top tip. You're welcome. That's about all I can offer you because I didn't even manage that. But yes, so it's all very interesting at the moment. I've got to say, it is so nice to see J Sarge back at the top.
Indeed, your predictions so far is looking quite good.
I mean, I'm hoping
4 laps in, but
that it's not going to end up being a curse. But,
well,
you know,
let's just not bring it up again then.
Yes. Mark Dennison says, my top tip, put it in a wall and grab a beer. I mean,
I'd like to do that as well.
that is definitely a better option than driving 31 laps of Singapore.
True.
I'm just being honest. But, you know, it's all good fun, and, you know, we do this for fun, and we definitely don't nearly throw our wheels out of a window when we put it in a wall. Or maybe that's just me.
Well, that's like me nearly every week, so...
All I'm going to say is, Hungary, last season, I was having a spectacularly good race. My tyres fell off a bit at the end, and I lost a few places. And then my PS4 just shut down. About 5 laps from the end. And everyone who was in my party, all they heard was the microphone bang, because I literally threw my headset across the room.
I think I was there at the time.
You were, and I was raging.
Well,
that is the first time in my life I've literally yeeted my headset across the room. But yes, we are back, we are ready to go racing, so let's see when J Sarge is gonna go.
Well, there's a bit of a glitch there. Ziad's just launched to the front of the grid. Oh, he's hit J Sarge. Ziad's just disappeared.
I see.
Do you see this also? Yes.
Yeah, he's just slammed on the brakes. Don't know whether that's a throttle glitch or what, but it's worked out for J Sarge because it's meant that he's had a huge getaway.
Back there.
Oh, J Sarge got a 5-second penalty. Oh no! Oh, he lost it.
What is going on? What's going on?
Oh, this is looking like a massive glitch. Oh no!
Everyone's getting 5 seconds at the moment.
The
track still isn't green either.
Oh, this could well be red flag territory. 2 seconds.
As a safety car back out.
Yeah, half the grid have got penalties there. This is, I'm not convinced about that one.
Yeah, it might have to be... This might have to be red flag here. Nearly everyone on the grid has getting a 3-second or a 5-second penalty.
Yeah, I've put a message in the admin chat. We are waiting at the moment for a decision about if we're going to red flag it or not. I think he's leaving. Why are they always leaving it up to me? I think the only fair option at this point is a red flag, unfortunately.
I agree, if I'm honest.
People have got damage, too many people have got penalties, it's not fair. So we are going to red flag the race. Please have patience, we will be back up and running as soon as we possibly can. Yes. See you all very shortly.